On September 22nd, 1993, in a big chilling day in a swampy river in Mobile, Alabama, just 10 miles. One of the worst accidents in Amtrak's history, claiming 47 lives, which is taking a dangerous long dive, following into the NTSB's final report. The quiet things are simple. A tugboat getting lost in the fog with a poor pilot with the lack of experience hit a bridge, causing the rails to bend over. That made the train derail. A big mystery. No one ever knows. It could have been the deadliest accident, or worst. This could be known as the Big Bayou train disaster. On September 21st, 1993, Amtrak train number 2, or known as the Sunset Limited, was heading towards from Los Angeles, California to Miami, Florida on a near 20-hour journey ahead. The train consisted of 3 Amtrak locomotives. Leading was Amtrak P42DC 819, which at the time was 20 days old, and 2 F40PHs, number 262 and 312, elderly from the 70s. After the train departed New Orleans after a delay due to an air conditioner and a toilet need to be repaired one of the cars, but however, they were 39 minutes behind schedule until they had to make a stop in Mobile, Alabama to allow a freight train to pass by. After that, the train later departed at 3:33 a.m. and now heading to their final destination, Miami, Florida. Meanwhile, up ahead at the Mobile River in Alabama, a tugboat known as the Villa was cruising down carrying some barges, operation from the Warrior and Chickasaw Navigation of Alabama for shore. After the captain was in the dock taking a break, letting the other one crewmate named Willie Odoms, who has poor experience. But however, they didn't know they're gonna risk their lives on this tugboat forever, because the tugboat did not continue on the Mobile River until they turned to the Big Bayou, which is not meant for tugboats to come there. Also, they didn't notice there's an upcoming bridge ahead. Until then, the tugboat's barges instantly strike the CSX M&M subdivision bridge, and also causing the tracks to bend into a kink until the Sunset Limited was directly towards that very subdivision. The Amtrak Sunset Limited hit the bridge at 2:53 a.m. The force of the derailment caused all 3 locomotives and 4 cars to come off the tracks. The baggage car and the dorm car completely caught fire because one of the locomotives were leaking their fuels and causing it to burn itself into the water. The engineer sadly died from the collision because Amtrak 819 smacked its nose into the bloody mud, instantly killing the engineer. In total, 47 people had lost their lives. The conductor, named John Tuck, he later realized the situation and he literally called 911, and the tugboat drivers and everyone else literally dialed 911, including CSX, who later dialed as well. Some of the injured people were later treated and released from the hospital, while others aren't so lucky. The bridge is now gone, and the contents completely burned. But everybody was wondering the question, how could a derailment happen like this, and why? The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB for short, started an investigation of the crash, and they found something strange. Willie Odens, however, he has poor lack of experience as a tugboat driver, and also the fog literally making low visibility until Oden he was having trouble with his radar because the tugboat has no compass, no map, just a radar, which led to this derailment. So the NTSB determined that the prominent cause was Willie Odens' risk of damaging the bridge for low visibility due to not equipping properly for the trip, which led to this derailment. So the National Transportation Safety Board pointed the finger at Willie Odens, known as the tugboat driver, who literally had the lack of experience for not checking it properly and don't have the right equipment to travel for this route, until the pilot himself, who was in charge that he was taking a break, were also not taking action properly. CSX and Amtrak blamed the Warsaw and Navigation of Alabama for negligence and priority damage. In the end, all 3 locomotives, along with the 4 cars that derailed, were damaged beyond repair and scrapped. Amtrak 819 was one of the first ever P-42 DCs to be scrapped. 33 years have passed since this crash, and the bridge in Mobile, Alabama is still around here as of today. But however, in 2003, it was hit by Hurricane Katrina and suffered damage to the bridge, but it was still repaired and put back into service and upgraded with some lights. But however, there is no info that I can find it, sadly. So we can just all hope that this one will never ever happen again.